Nidhi Khandelwal, Assistant Professor in Biyani Group of Colleges. Today I am delivering a video lecture on keys in database. So let's start. What is key and what types of keys are available in database and why we use keys. So first, the definition of key is keys is the set of one or more attributes which is used to uniquely identification within a table. Generally we store data in our database, and if we want to access a particular data from our database, then we use a key. By the using of key, we can easily access the data from our database which is stored in our database. Just for example, if we have a student table in which there are the following columns or record or attributes are available. Here is the schema of a table student. Here roll number, name, class, contact number and email. These are the records or columns of a student table. So here if we want to access a particular data from student table, then we use a roll number column to access the data, because in student table roll number is a column in which the values of each tuple is unique, because the name of students is repeated or same. Maybe 2 or 3 students have same names, but the roll number is not same in any case, because roll number of every student is different. So if we want to access data from student table, then we use the roll number. So here roll number is a key in student table to access the data. So generally, for example, if in a bank account the employee in a bank account number is a primary key or key to access the data, or for example in a college student registration number or roll number is a key to access the data from our database. This is the key. Then we discuss what types of keys are available in our database. So there are 4 types of keys basically we use in our database, and these keys are: first, super key, candidate key, primary key, and fourth one is foreign key. There are also various types of keys are available in our database, but basically we use these 4 types of keys. Generally we use these 4 keys in our database. So let's take first which is super key. So let's take an example of super key. And what is super key? Super key is a key in which we combine all the possible number of attributes of a table which can uniquely identify each and every record of a table. For example, if we have a student table, again we take an example of student table. In student table, here we have 4 columns: registration number, roll number, student name and student class, and we can give them name A, B, column C and column D. I take these columns name as A, B, C and D. So what is super key here? Super key is the combination of all possible attributes or all possible combinations which can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So in this table, we take a roll number as a main unique key. So here, by using registration number, we can uniquely identify each and every record, because registration number of every student is different. So we can take registration number as a unique or primary key. So here registration number is a key, is a unique key which can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. And also we take A and B, because by the combination of registration number and roll number, both, we can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So we can take A, B as a key for student table. So these are the combination of super key. And also A and C is uniquely identify the records of our table, because registration number or and name can be same here, name repeated, but registration number of every student is different. So we can take registration number and name both combination as a super key. So here we take A, C, and also we take A and D, registration number and class here, because the class may be same. Some students have same classes, but registration number of here, also registration number of every student is different. So we can take registration number and class as a key here. So we can take A and D, and also we can here we can take B and C as a unique key or primary key as a key, because roll number and name here name same name can be repeated, but roll number of every student is different. So we can take B, C as a combination of super key. Also we can take roll number and class to uniquely identify each and every record of this table, because here again class may be same of 2 or more students, but roll number of every student is different. So we can take B and D as a combination of our super key. Super key basically take all the number of possible combinations which can uniquely identify each and every record of a table. So here these are the combinations which can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So again we can take A, B and C, we can take B, C and D, we can take A, C, D, and we can take A, B, C, D. We can take all the columns as a super key combination to uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So these are the number of possible combinations which can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. Here we can use A, we can use AB, combination of A and B, combination of A and C, combination of A and D, and so on. So these are the combinations which, by using these combination, yeah, or a particular combination, we can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So this is super key, number of all possible combinations which can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. Next we take candidate key. So what is candidate key? Candidate key is a minimal super key with no redundancy or no repetition. By using candidate key, we cannot repeat any attribute again in our combination. So here or candidate key is the possible number of combinations that can uniquely identify each and every record of our table, same as super key but minimal super key. We can take attributes as a single time because we cannot repeat the attributes. So here if we take B as a primary key or main key, so we primary key is also considered in a candidate key, because primary key is a single key which is unable to uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So we can take our primary or unique key as a candidate key here, and also we can take A and C as the combination as a candidate key here. Then the next combination is A and D. We cannot take A and D because here we consider A, and here the number of attributes cannot repeat. Here duplicacy is not allowed in our candidate key, so we cannot take A again here, and we cannot take B again here, and we cannot take C here again, because these are also considered in this set. So here the combination of keys are B and A, C. By using B only and by using AC, combination of AC, we can uniquely identify each and every record of a table. So candidate key is a minimal super key with no redundancy or no repetition of the attributes, and it is a minimal super key which can uniquely identify each and every record of a table. And in candidate key we can take all the possible number of maximum number of attributes. By using these attributes we can identify each and every record of a table. So the next key is primary key. Primary key is a key which can uniquely identify each and every record of a table, and primary key is a single key. The condition of primary key is the primary key is a single or only one in a particular table, and also primary key is also not null. We does not take primary key as a null, because primary key must be filled with some value. So here B, roll number, is a primary key. By using this primary key, only a single key, we can uniquely identify each and every record of our table. So here we take B as a primary key. And the last one is foreign key. So what is foreign key? Basically, foreign key is a key which is used to link two tables with each other. If we want to link two tables by using a common attribute or common value, then we can use foreign key here. Foreign key is basically used to link two or more tables. So let's take an example of foreign key. We have two tables here, student table and department table. In a student table, we have student ID, student name, student class, student email, and student department ID, in which the student is enrolled. Here department ID is the ID in which the student is enrolled, and in the department table we have department ID, department name, and HOD. So this is the schema of student table and this is the schema of department table. We have two tables. So in the student table, here department ID is used to identify that which particular student have which department ID, and in the here student ID is primary key. By using student ID, we can easily identify each and every record of our table, and in the department ID is primary key. By using department ID, we can easily identify each and every record of our table. So if we want to link two tables, then we have a common attribute which is included in both the tables. Here department ID and here department ID. This column is available in both the tables, so this is the common attribute. So if we want to access the data of department table by using student table, we can easily access the data because of this department ID. So here department ID works as a foreign key, because by using department ID from student table, we can easily access the data of department table, because department table is linked with this department ID, and here in a student table department ID works as a foreign key, and the department table department ID works as a primary key. So this is the concept of student table. This is the concept of foreign key. So by using foreign key, we can easily link two or more tables with each other. So these are the example of the key, and these are the types of our keys. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe our video channel, our YouTube channel, and also visit our website gurukpu.com. Thank you so much.